Then I got a call that you were going to be a candidate. And I said, wow, I hadn't thought of that, but it makes plenty of sense. How did Iona, how did it start? What happened? Take me through what happened.
I had this president of Transylvania, Division III school in Lexington, Kentucky, call me up after I was fired from Louisville. He said, Coach, you were nice enough to leave me and my wife and I tickets to a couple of games. Is there any way I can call a college for you? This is when I was let go for Louisville. I'd be glad to do it from president to president. When I was speaking to him, I said, Seamus, you don't sound like you're from Kentucky or the South. Where are you from? He started laughing. He said, the Bronx. I went back to Greece, and then all of a sudden, I got a phone call from Rick Abar that Seamus would like to speak with me. He's now the athletic director at Iona College. And so it's very exciting for me because I went through 2.5 years of coaching in another country. I've been blackballed out of the business, rightfully so, by the way, because until that, I shouldn't say blackballed. I've been kept out of the business because that trial, they took the time with the trial, and not to the trial. St. John's couldn't take a chance at me. Nobody could take a chance until that trial. And once the trial happened, and everybody, one witness after another, got up from Adidas to the father and said Rick Pitino knew nothing about it, was I an open candidate? Obviously, I left for Greece a very bitter person, bitter at my assistant coaches for betraying me, bitter at the school that fired me the way they did. And today, 2.5 years later, I forgive my assistant coaches because we grew up and you grew up the same way I did in going to Catholic schools, and we were taught to forgive, but being Italian, we never forgive. and now 2.5 years later, I forgive those guys that betrayed my principles. I totally agree with the University of Louisville firing me, even though I didn't. I know I was totally. They interviewed 80 different people, and the 80 people said the same thing. He had no knowledge of anything going on. But I was the leader of the team, leader of the business, and I had to take responsibility for people doing wrong. So I left that bitterness in Greece, left it behind me.